Hello guys, in this video we will revise the studied material to pass the first model test, and we will start our revision with word order in questions. That is the thing we studied in the first video. So, to make a question, you need to know its structure or formula. The formula of the question is question word plus auxiliary word plus subject plus main verb. For example, do you live with your parents? We may see auxiliary do in this question, subject you, the main verb live. Or did you have your holiday? Or where does your sister work? In this question, we may see the question word where the auxiliary does, the subject sister, and the main verb work. Or two more examples. When did you start studying English? Or what did they talk about? So, right now, let us revise when do we choose the auxiliary verb do, does, and did. Okay, if we're making a question in the present simple tense, and this is a tense which we use to describe something that happens regularly, and if there is an action in a question, like run, eat, write, and etc., we have to use auxiliary do with pronouns I, you, we, they, or does with pronouns he, she, it. For example, do you study at university, or does she study at university? Okay, if we're making a question in the past simple tense, this is a tense which we use to describe something that finished in the past, and if there is an action in a question like jump, read, walk, etc., we have to use auxiliary did in this type of questions. Okay, did is very comfortable auxiliary because we use it with all pronouns. So we use did with I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. For example, did you study at university, or did she study at university? But sometimes we use such auxiliaries as am, is, are, and was, were. This time, let us revise when do we use these auxiliaries in present simple tense questions and in past simple tense questions. So if we're making a question in the present simple tense, this is a tense which we use to describe something that happens regularly, and if there is no an action in a question, we have to use auxiliary am in this case with pronoun I, or auxiliary are with pronouns we, you, they, or an auxiliary is with pronouns he, she, it. For example, are you a student, or is she a student? Okay, if we're making a question in the past simple tense, and if there is no an action in a question, then we have to use an auxiliary was with pronouns I, he, she, it, or were with pronouns we, you, they. For example, was the book interesting, or were the photos in the newspaper? Okay, good job. And now let's practice. Let us revise some common verb phrases questions. Okay? So these questions are connected with home and family, and you may see that there is a gap in each question. So right now you have to pause the video and write these questions in your copybooks. Your task is to fill the gaps with an appropriate verb. Okay, do it right now, please. Pause the video and fill the gaps. And when you finish, please turn on the video to check. Okay, I hope that you have finished doing this task, and right now let's check and answer these questions. The first question is, where are you from? The possible answer is, I'm from Kazakhstan. Now it's your turn. The second question is, where were you born? The possible answer is, I was born in Kazakhstan. Now it's your turn. The next question is, where do you live? The possible answer is, I live in Karaganda. The next question, do you live in a house or a flat? The possible answer is, I live in a flat. The next question, do you have any brothers or sisters? The possible answer is, yes, I have an elder brother. His name is Arthur. Now it's your turn to answer. Next question. Do you have any pets? The possible answer is yes, I have a dog. Its name is Afina. Now it's your turn to answer. Okay, good job, guys. This time I want you to complete job and studies questions. I want you to complete the gaps in these questions. So pause the video and do this task. And when you finish, turn on the video, please, to check. Okay, I hope you have finished doing this task, and right now let's check. So check, please, guys, your questions with the ones you see on your screens. Good job. I hope you didn't have any mistakes. And right now, let us fill the gap in the last group of questions, and that is free time questions. So do the same thing, please. Pause the video and fill the gaps with an appropriate verb. Okay, I hope you have finished doing this task, and right now let's check. So please check your questions with those you see on the screens. And if you have some mistakes, correct them, please. Good job, guys. I hope you didn't have any mistakes. And right now it's time to revise some numbers. So name this number, please. And it should sound as 88. I hope you did it right. This time I want you to name this number. Do it out loud. Okay, it should sound as 632,151,019. I hope you did it right. And this time, name this number, please. Okay, let's check. You had to say 1,235. I hope you did it right. And this time, guys, I want you to say that you did a great job and you're ready to pass your first model test. Good job, guys. Excellent.